let's talk about a balanced weekly workout routine. And before we get into this video, I want to give a disclaimer that this weekly workout routine is for those people who are thinking about and structuring their workouts with the goal of longevity, so being healthy throughout their lifespan. This workout routine also, if you're trying to train for a marathon in 6 months, or if you are training for a very specific sport competition, this weekly workout routine will not necessarily apply to you because then we need to tip the scale for sport specificity. But here, what I'm talking about is the key components that a workout routine should include that you should be doing on a daily and or a weekly basis, really for the rest of your life to make sure that you're targeting all the key components to be healthy when you're 70, when you're 80, when you're 90 years old. What that looks like is 2 to 3 days of weight training. So for me, this is fairly heavy weight training in the 6 to 12 repetition range. I'll usually do one full body day, one lower body, and one upper body as my three workouts throughout the week. And I'm in that 6 to 12 repetition range. I'm doing multiple sets per muscle group, and I'm doing some heavier weight training with that, and then some accessory type of movements. 1 to 2 days of a power yoga, Pilates, heavy core training type of thing. What this does is it works on tissue mobility and flexibility. It has huge mind-body benefits. So bringing awareness to areas that are getting stiff and sore or areas that are not moving quite as well. And then there's carryover benefits with doing these things to connecting a lot of things back to your core. And the core is going to be our foundation, really. Having a strong core is going to be the foundation for the rest of the body. And then we have 2 days of cardiovascular training. So that is low, steady state cardiovascular training for 40 minutes to 1 hour. That'll be 2 days a week. That's our zone two type of training. And zone two training is somewhere between zero point 0.6 and zero point 0.7 of your max heart rate. So for me, my max heart rate, it's 220 minus your age. So I'm 35. So 220 minus 35 is 185. And then 60% of that is going to be around 110 beats per minute to zero point 0.7, which is 130 beats per minute. So that's my zone two cardiovascular training. If you don't want to look at it as beats per minute on a heart rate, you could also use a talk test. And that's the ability to maintain a conversation while you're doing that cardiovascular exercise. And then lastly is your high intensity interval training. And unlike cardio, this is going to be an on-off cycle training where it's a shorter workout. So 20 minutes, let's say 20 minutes, where you're going to peak periods of 90+% of your max output, and then going down to a much lower intensity rest interval. And then you go high intensity rest for a shorter duration of time. This is really good for tapping into your nervous system, for tapping into your metabolic system. And when you think about these as the key components of weight training, of some mind-body core training type of movement, and then also cardiovascular and HIIT training, we're hitting all the key components of what it takes to be physically active throughout your lifespan. The last piece on this, and this is, I think, a huge, maybe the most important piece that's often underlooked is or overlooked is every day we need to be walking and we need to be doing easy whole body movements. So that might be just doing some calisthenic movements like squats, body weight lunges, big opening stretch type of things to keep your tissues moving. And again, on that mind body piece, to bring awareness around what your body is doing, where it's getting stiff, where it's sore and tight, where things are not moving as well. So that's every day. So let's just say if you had a hard workout the day before and you don't feel like moving, well, you better get out there and at least do a 20 or 30-minute walk because that's stuff that our body needs every day. This is my balanced weekly workout routine. Again, this is for longevity across the lifespan. It includes weight training, it includes core yoga flexibility type stuff, and then cardiovascular and high intensity interval training.